Most people think childhood has always looked the same. Kids play, adults work, but for most of human history, that simply wasn't true. Ancient children lived very different lives. Even ordinary days taught extraordinary lessons. Survival shaped nearly everything they did. So what filled their days? The answer is more surprising than you think. Their day began with the sunrise, not with alarms or school bells. The entire camp slowly came alive. Adults prepared for another demanding day. Children woke beside their families. Nobody rushed them out the door, but nobody expected laziness either. Every person had a place. Even the youngest children helped. Their tasks matched their age. A tiny child watched carefully. An older child copied adults. Learning started long before adulthood. There were no classrooms. Nature became the classroom instead. Every day offered a new lesson. Children learned mostly by watching. Then they copied what they saw. Mistakes were expected. Practice slowly built confidence. Nobody handed out report cards. Life itself measured their progress. Simple jobs became valuable lessons. Small successes earned greater responsibility. Knowledge grew a little every day. Nothing important happened overnight. Childhood was a gradual preparation for a challenging world. But surprisingly, work wasn't their only teacher. Some of their greatest lessons came through play. Play wasn't just entertainment. It prepared children for adulthood. Almost every game had a purpose. Sometimes children raced each other. Not simply for fun. Speed could save lives. They climbed trees with confidence. They crossed rocky streams carefully. They balanced on fallen logs. Each challenge built useful skills. Children loved throwing games. They tossed sticks at targets, then tried from farther away. Their aim slowly improved. Years later, those skills mattered. Some practiced with tiny spears. Others used harmless wooden versions. Every throw taught control. Every miss taught patience. Nobody expected perfection. Observation became another important lesson. Adults noticed things children missed. A broken branch meant something. Fresh footprints meant something too. Even distant bird calls mattered. Children learned to pay attention. Slowly, small details stood out. The forest became easier to read. Every walk became practice. Curiosity became a survival skill. Older children taught younger ones. Learning never happened alone. Everyone shared what they knew. Knowledge spread through the community. No textbooks were needed. Experience became the greatest teacher. Every season brought new lessons. Every mistake built wisdom. Soon, play became real responsibility. And childhood started changing forever. As children grew, so did their responsibilities. No one expected them to know everything. They learned one skill at a time. Small jobs came first. Older children handled more difficult tasks. Many gathered edible berries. Others searched for wild fruits. Some collected nuts and seeds. Only safe plants were chosen. Adults taught them which plants to avoid. One mistake could be dangerous. Experience mattered more than confidence. Children also collected firewood. Dry branches burned much better. Finding them became an important skill. Water was another daily necessity. Older children often carried small containers. Every trip taught the safest routes. Nothing was wasted. Everything had value. Some children watched younger siblings. Keeping them safe wasn't easy. Toddlers wandered surprisingly fast. Danger could appear without warning. Older children stayed alert. They learned patience every day. Helping others became second nature. Teamwork wasn't optional. It was essential. Every helping hand mattered. No job seemed too small. Every task helped the community survive. Children began earning trust. Adults noticed their progress. More responsibility soon followed. Confidence grew with experience. Childhood slowly gave way to independence, but their hardest lessons were still ahead. Soon they would learn true survival skills. Those lessons could mean life or death. Growing older brought completely new challenges. Children spent more time with skilled adults. Every day became advanced training. Not inside a classroom, but out in nature. Some learned to identify animal tracks. Each footprint told a story. How large was the animal? How fast was it moving? How long ago did it pass? Adults already knew the answers. Children learned by asking questions. Then by finding the answers themselves. Others learned about edible plants. One leaf could feed you. Another could make you sick. Knowing the difference was priceless. Children memorized hundreds of natural clues. Knowledge meant survival, not just intelligence. They also learned simple tool making. Stone tools required patience. One careless strike ruined the work. Watching came before doing. Practice came before mastery. Mistakes were part of learning. Nobody became skilled in one day. Children also studied the weather. Dark clouds warned of approaching storms. Changing winds carried important clues. Animal behavior revealed even more. Nature was always giving signals. The challenge was noticing them. Older people shared years of experience. Children listened very carefully. Some lessons were never forgotten. They could protect an entire family. Knowledge became the greatest inheritance. It couldn't be stolen. It couldn't simply disappear. It lived inside every generation. Then passed to the next. But survival wasn't life's only lesson. Evenings taught children something equally valuable, lessons no forest could ever provide. As the sun disappeared, the camp slowly grew quieter. Families gathered around the fire. This was more than dinner. It was the day's final classroom. The oldest people often spoke first. Children listened with complete attention. Stories carried important knowledge, not just entertainment. They explained the world around them. They remembered great hunts, difficult winters, long journeys across unfamiliar lands, and dangerous mistakes. Every story had a lesson. Some taught courage. Others warned against carelessness. Children remembered these stories for years. They became part of their identity. Knowledge passed from one generation to the next, without books, without writing, only through memory. Children also learned community values. Sharing food mattered. Helping others mattered. Keeping promises mattered. Trust held the group together. Everyone depended on everyone else. A selfish person hurt the entire camp. A dependable person strengthened it. Children understood this surprisingly early. Growing up meant earning trust, not simply getting older. But there wasn't always one moment when childhood suddenly ended. It happened little by little. Each new responsibility changed them. Each new skill built confidence. One day, they stopped watching and started teaching others. The child had become an adult, but one huge myth still remains. Were ancient children really missing a childhood? The answer might surprise you. Ancient children certainly worked, often much harder than children today, but work wasn't their entire childhood. They still laughed together. They invented games. They chased one another. They explored the wilderness. They climbed trees. They splashed through streams. They were curious, just like children today. The biggest difference wasn't childhood itself. It was what childhood prepared them for. Modern children prepare for future careers. Ancient children prepared for survival. Every lesson had immediate value. Every skill served a purpose. Failure could carry serious consequences. Success helped everyone survive. There were no grades, only experience. There were no diplomas, only proven ability. Nature tested every lesson, every single day. Looking back, their childhood seems unimaginably difficult. Yet it also built remarkable resilience. It created confident young adults. They trusted their own abilities because they practiced them every day. Childhood looked completely different, but it wasn't empty. It was filled with purpose. Every sunrise brought another lesson. Every sunset brought another story. Every day shaped the next generation. Perhaps ancient childhood wasn't less meaningful. It was simply a different way to grow up.